Konnichiwa from the Suzuka circuit in Japan. This unique track is a favourite home for motorsports, and it welcomes us back this weekend. Get ready for exhilaration and speed with the Japanese Grand Prix. Drivers will battle it out this weekend on the snaking turns of Suzuka, the only figure-of-8 track in Formula One. High-speed downforce will be the name of the game here, if teams want to secure a place on that podium. This is it. We're down to the last few races of the season, and it's time for that final push. Who will be crowned champion at the end of it all? We'll find out soon enough. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One. We'll be kicking off today with the final practice before moving on to the qualifying session. By the end of the day, we'll know who's leading at the front, who's packing out the midfield, and who's bringing up the rear. All 20 drivers competing will be pushing their cars to the limit, pushing themselves to the limit too. But if they can push beyond those limits, well, the very best find themselves mounting a challenge for the championship. You're going to want to join us for this, folks, so fasten your seatbelts. The grid is packed and there's electricity in the air. But there's no surprises in that. It's race day!
We saw a solid qualifying performance from Ferrari, and they're sure to have their chance to push even further during the race. We had a magnificent display from McLaren here in qualifying, and they'll certainly be hoping to put in a dominant performance here today. And the sky is looking grey and cloudy today. An effective tyre strategy could prove very valuable as the race plays out.
But now it's time for the team's cunning to emerge and for the driver's talent to shine. Let's see what's in store for us at the Japanese Grand Prix. It's a bit of a cloudy day for the race, but the atmosphere, as ever, is electric. And here's Ferrari. They might not be in the top 3 spots, but things could change fast once the race gets underway. There's the other Ferrari. With a top 10 position on the grid, this race could really go either way for them. The race start is mere seconds away. The drivers are warmed up, they're ready to go here at the Japanese Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go. We've had a crash. We can take a look now. Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved. Thank goodness nobody else was involved. That was a big crash. Who's running wide there? Let's take a look at the replay. Now just focus on the Haas. Going wide like that could cost them valuable time. We've just had a crash on the track. Let's have a look. We're just watching the Red Bull. They've lost control, and there's the crash. And that was a bitter blow for the team, and it may have really hurt their overall chances. And there's an overtake from Williams. Someone's run wide. Let's take a closer look. Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved. They go wide right off the racing line. Oh, and that's a crash. Here's the replay. Now just take a look at the McLaren. Clearly something went very, very wrong there. Let's see what happened there. Okay, here's the Ferrari. Dear me, they won't have been expecting that. And the team had such high hopes today. What a shame. Now just focus on the Haas. Look at that! They've spun their car. That sounds like someone's gone wide there. We can take a look now. Now just take a look at the McLaren. They're way off the racing line there. That isn't good. Ferrari, advance the race position. Let's take a look at the replay. Okay, here's the Ferrari. Gaining a position there. They make it look so easy. That was a big moment. The team are clearly delighted. We've just had a car run wide. Now just focus on the Haas. They've taken that far too wide, and now they're paying the price. I think that was a crash. Here's the replay. Okay, so there we have the Alpine. There's the crash.
And box now, box.
Look at that! They've run wide! Let's see what happened there. Okay, here's the Ferrari. Well, I don't know what they were thinking there. They're completely off the racing line. I think we've had a car run wide. Let's take a closer look. Now we see the Williams here. They're forced wide, and there we can see them slide off.
At the moment, we are the fastest car on track.
They crashed out! Let's take a look at the replay. So this was the Aston Martin. A definite collision there. That's very unfortunate. And McLaren with a great overtake. crash. Sounds like a single car. Let's have a look. Now just focus on the Haas. Thank goodness nobody else was involved. I think someone's run wide. Oh, did someone run wide there?
And checkered flag.
Ferrari's driver performed magnificently here. Ferrari had a very good race, proving they're definitely a team to contend with.
That's right, the team really deserves to celebrate this success before looking ahead to the next race.
At the end of the weekend, it's second place in the constructor standings for them.
Coming up next, we'll be crossing the pond all the way to Texas for the twists and turns of the United States Grand Prix.